After small festivals and editions in Paris, Amsterdam, Berlin, and over 500 shows around the world, Nyege Nyege returns to its roots at the source of the Nile to welcome revealers from around the world to showcase some of the most exciting musicians from the continent. This year's theme is Back to the Source, and we're getting back to the source of the River Nile, we're getting back to our source as Nyege Nyege, and we're getting back, to Jinja City. We're going to kick this off with the one Derek. Pick the microphone, and how are you? It's been a long time.
I'm so happy that we're finally able to kick this off. The wait has been very long, and thanks to the mayor right here, thanks to our sponsors and our supporters, we're finally able to have this important day and announce to you the new sites as well as the dates of the festival. And I'm just really looking forward to holding the best event we've ever had in the history of Nyege Nyege. As you know, there's a lot of copycats nowadays, but that's also a great form of flattery. I'm glad to see that everybody's trying to follow in our footsteps, but this year we're really gonna bring it up to another level. Thanks to our partners, thanks to the community of Jinja, thanks to Busoga Kingdom, we're here together and ready to announce.
Right, we're gonna kick this off with 2023. We have Back to the Source as our theme. How did this come about? What is the meaning of Back to the Source?
Yeah, so as you know, the source of the Nile is a very important place for the whole world, I can say, as well as for the continent and for Uganda. And last year, we moved the festival to Itanda upon the invitation of Itanda Falls. And because of the roads, it proved challenging, and we really had to think, where did we start? And I'd had a few calls from the mayor here besides me before that, and he'd called me for, I guess, 2 years already, saying, but Derek, why don't you come to Jinja? We have the source of the Nile. This is the most important, touristic and spiritual place in Uganda. Why don't you come back to us? And so this year, we talked, we met, and we were welcomed with open arms. And we said, well, you know what? Why don't we go back to the source of the Nile, to the source of what Nyege Nyege is about. It's about community, it's about creating jobs, it's about advertising Uganda to the rest of the world and showcasing some of the most exciting East African and African artists performing today. So it was really exciting. Moreover, we had different partners come together, Source Garden Hotel, where we are right now, the people at the showgrounds, the people at the golf course, the people at Nile Park. So, we got all these stakeholders together and said, let's organize this from the source of the Nile. And I guess it's also very important, the aspect of community. This is going to be an edition that is going to be co-organized by every citizen of Jinja. That means that every hotel will be filled, every souvenir shops will make business, every restaurant will be filled. We will use, Jinja youth to volunteer for the festival, to work on site building, to work on security. It's going to be really a family affair. And when I first came to Uganda 12 years ago, I moved to Jinja. I was working on projects, social projects in Masese and Walukuba. And I've always had, a very strong love for the city. And it's really my happiness to also move back here for the next 3 months at least, to oversee all the production, all the operation, and make sure that every Ugandan can be proud that this international event is hosted here. Every artist can benefit from the exposure and how this is going to raise their international career, but also see money flowing into the pockets of Ugandans, of Jinja residents, so that this is what a festival should be about. It's not just a party. It's also about bringing positive things to the community. It's also about getting people excited and really trying to connect every dot so that we can party, but with a good reason. So I'm also really, really excited at the artists that we're going to bring to you this year. Today I've been told not to announce any names yet, but I can promise you big artists from Nigeria, from Brazil, from the UK, from South Africa, as well as of course some of our most promising Ugandan artists, some of the legends of Ugandan music, of East African music. Of course, there's going to be a great emphasis on traditional music. Uganda has over 54 tribes, and each of these tribes has a story to tell. Each of them have their music, have their culture, and this is something that we're really proud of, and that makes Uganda one of the most exciting countries on the planet because of this diversity. And this is a diversity we wish to continue to showcase, and we're extremely happy about it. In terms of decoration, the theme this year, Back to the Source, is also the name of the site. We've labeled it Nyege Nyege Wonderland. So expect a real fairy tale, expect, all your senses to be ignited. And, again, I want to thank you all. I'm going to pass on the microphone unless there's other,
just a little
other
bit.
questions.
I was letting you. I love that you're shining light on that. I'm going to ask you some two-in-one question. Before I do that, the hashtag is Nyege, in case you want to post something out there. Nyege23 is our official hashtag, and we'll be going through all the way to November. All right, so if you could elaborate on a 2-day music conference preceding the festival, what are the goals of that event? What shall we be trying to achieve here? And as the festival's co-founder, what is your proudest achievements in the journey of Nyege Nyege? I have a couple of those. I'd like to know yours.
But initially, one of the main ideas behind Nyege Nyege was to showcase Ugandan artists that weren't getting enough recognition, both locally and internationally. And as we continue to work towards fortifying our industry, our music industry, we found that a lot of young musicians are still not very well aware of what it takes to take your career to the next level, be it on promoting your music, distributing your music, earning from your royalties, touring internationally. There's a lot of these things that people need to know about. So this year, we've decided to add a sort of industry music conference components that will be open to the artists. We will invite the likes of Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, Apple Music, a lot of the big players to come here and really try to motivate, but also inform, our musicians and the people in our industry. How do you become a booking agent? What does it take to become an artist manager? How do you distribute your music? These are all things that we need to do, because core to, the idea of Nyege Nyege is that the cultural economy is very important. Today there's 45 million Ugandans, there's a lot of young people, and there's a lot of talented young people. But now, if the talent is not nurtured enough, it goes to waste, and this is why, it's very important for us to see that we see more Ugandan films, more Ugandan photographers, painters, sculptors, designers, musicians, that are really able to profit from this economy, and that, we go beyond the simple drink that we have at the bar, but also, really support, our local artists. So I guess that's really important for us, and I'm really excited to launch this this first episode of Nyege Nyege Music Conference ahead of the festival. Then, my proudest achievements, I think, there's a couple of them, but when we talk about promoting Ugandan artists, today we've had about this year about 500 shows internationally. Ugandan artists play in Japan, they play in Australia, they play in Europe, they play in China, they play in the US. And that is really, a big pride, because that means that these artists are able to live from their music. Let me take the example of the Nachibembe Mbere group. This is a giant xylophone that you see every year at the festival. It's played by 6 people, and it's here in Iganga. Well, for the first time this year, they were able to perform in Germany, able to perform in France, earn a living. When they go home, whatever they earn, it goes back into their village. It allows them to pay for school fees. It allows them to, purchase land and be more stable, and at the same time preserve their culture. So to mix the economics, the entertainment, with also the culture and being able to preserve our tradition, I think that's extremely, extremely important to us, and probably one of our greatest achievements. And I think secondly, the fact that you're all here today, and the amount of people that have been supporting us through trials and tribulations, it's also been, a great achievement, because, as a foreigner, it always takes time to sort of, integrate into society and understand, what's important in people's hearts and in people's minds, and be able to align to that, not to bring something that is foreign to them, but to see, what is it that you have, and that we can grow together. And by seeing, the amount of support that we've received, support from government, support from local stakeholders, support from the Kingdom of Busoga, that this is really Uganda's pride, and I'm really, really happy that we've been able to achieve this kind of unity. I feel like, as a country, it's very important to, go beyond our differences and see that, we're stronger together.
Also events manager, and has been collaborating with Nyege Nyege over time. And, Ali, it's good to have you here.
Showing up in big numbers. As Town Africa, we're super excited to launch the new season of Nyege Nyege. To be managing and producing this event is it takes a while, a lot of preparation, a lot of planning, and we're excited to get that going on again. We've been doing it for a few months, and just excited to be able to announce the festival is happening today, and and start promoting it. We look forward to the festival happening in November.
Right. I like your cap. Are they online? Can people buy some?
They're available at the festival.
They're available at the festival.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. As a talent manager or as Talent Africa, how does it feel to to be a part of East Africa's leading festival, not only this year but over the years?
Yeah, we've been partnering with the festival for 7 years now. It's been great, working together with the Nyege Nyege team and all the partners, UBL, and all the other partners who've been there along the way. It's been quite a journey, and we're excited to start this new journey right here at the source of the River Nile in Jinja, together with the city of Jinja and the Busoga Kingdom. We're excited. Yeah, we're just really looking forward to this new site, Nyege Wonderland. It's amazing.
Yes.
It's huge. It's probably about 50, 60 acres. It includes the Jinja Showgrounds, the golf club, Nile Park, and of course the tourism destination, the source of the Nile. It's going to be amazing. Thousands of people are going to get a chance to visit the source of the Nile and Jinja as one of Uganda's premier tourism destinations.
Can you tell us about the decision to move Nyege Nyege from Itanda Falls? I know we've done a couple of trips. We've even done a virtual concert before, a virtual Nyege Nyege. So why do we come back to the source?
I think Derek already touched on that. Itanda Falls is an amazing venue, and it's just the accessibility was a bit of a challenge in accommodation. But I think all in all, it's a great place, and we would love to go back there, in the future. But right now, we're here in Jinja. There's enough rooms for thousands of people. It's very accessible. People can easily come from Kampala, Nairobi, Mbale, anywhere. It's very central, and Jinja has a lot to offer in terms of tourism during and things to do besides the festival. So people can come here and have a whole, make a whole weekend out of it, and be an amazing time.
Right, I like that. Please remember, if you're posting about Nyege Nyege, the official hashtag is Nyege23. Remember that you will be going to Jinja Golf Course, we'll be doing Source of the Nile and the Jinja Showgrounds. How have you ensured that the logistics and production of this massive event will be catered for? Because I understand this is a lot of...
7 years, so we do know the logistics that are involved, bringing together a big site. Of course, teamwork makes the dream work. We work closely with all the different, UBL brands and agencies, the police, the RCC, the city. Everyone comes together, and this is it's a community event. Everyone's going to come together and make this great. Of course, there's a lot of planning and execution. We'll be coming to Jinja every week, or more often for the next few months leading up to the festival. Team meetings, basically all the usual stuff that we do behind the scenes to manage an event.
Mm-hmm. Definitely appreciate that. I'm thinking that the security of these other locations is gonna have to up a little bit. Have you looked into that matter? Definitely,
we've looked into it very carefully. We have the RCC, Afande, who's here with us today. When we're going to work closely with the police, the UPDF, all other government agencies, and we're going to make sure it's a safe and secure event.
Have 200 ushers that will be present throughout the sites, directly connected through WhatsApp to our headquarters and recognizable. That means that anybody throughout the grounds of the festival, 24/7, will be able to look around and see somebody that's ready to take care of them in case they feel bad, in case they've lost a phone, in case they need any type of information. We will make sure that people feel that they're surrounded by, people that are out there to help them.
To our marketing manager, UBL Spirits, Mr. Robert Sibidwa. How are you, sir?
That's another CS.
Oh, that's great. Good to hear.
Today when I'm looking serious.
I see. Uganda Breweries has been a long-term sponsor of the Nyege Nyege Festival, and I also know that you are the title sponsors as well. How has this partnership evolved over the years, and how does it align with UBL's marketing and community engagement strategies?
Thank you for that question, and very well put. We have been part of Nyege Nyege as a festival since about 2017, yeah? 2016, yeah, or perhaps even longer than I thought. We initially jumped on board as favorite sponsors, and along the way we have evolved our participation, not only in terms of sponsorship, but also activation, contribution, and so on, to the point where we're at today, where we're lead sponsors. This came through last year, where we took on title sponsors for a period of 3 years. That goes a long way to speak to the belief we have in the festival, the organizers, our fellow partners, and most recently the Ginger City that has currently come on board. I think our testament is the presence of the Lord Mayor, the RCC, and his officials. As Uganda Breweries Limited, and indeed as Diageo, our parent company, our purpose is to celebrate life every day and everywhere. Contrary to popular belief, it's not just celebrating life in areas of entertainment, but holistically celebrating life with everybody everywhere. And Derek has done a good job at unpacking just how wholesome this festival is in bringing great entertainment value for the revelers, but also creating opportunities for community, for industry, as you can see, the benefits that we get every single year from tourism. So we believe that it's very much aligned with what we stand for as Uganda Breweries Limited.
Yes, please. Can you a little bit share some insights into the distinct experiences that Uganda Breweries will be, hosting at this year's festival?
So this year, as has been the case in the past, we shall be leading with a couple of our brands. We have a big pool of brands that I'm sure many of you here enjoy in your spare time after 5 p.m. on work days and after 3 p.m. on weekends. But we have selected 3 brands, leading with Uganda Waragi and Smirnoff, and flanked with Bell. And these have been choicefully selected for what they bring to the table. Nyege Nyege being a truly Ugandan festival, it's only right that we partner with we attach it to a brand that is as Ugandan as they come. Uganda Waragi since 1965, truly Ugandan, an ambassador of quality and excellence across the world. And through Uganda Waragi, we will bring excellent, vibrant, and dynamic Ugandan experiences to our audience, as was experienced in the UG Village last year. Then we'll have Smirnoff, the Smirnoff trademark, led by Smirnoff Ice, which is one of our most distinct products in the portfolio. Very energetic, very alive. We had perhaps one of the most engaging setups last year. If anybody felt like they needed a little bit of vibe, and not to say that the rest of the area was vibeless, but that was the place to be. And of course, Bell Lager, our heritage beer, chief of enjoyments, will be very, very present, ensuring that everybody has a great time in a unique way, only in a way that only Bell can. So all in all, we will make sure that we deliver something for everybody that we can all enjoy and go back and talk about with our friends. That these products stand for, and immersing them into exactly what we stand for. So it will be a great opportunity for us to open that up to lots of adults who are seeking great experiences. But also what we will be very keen on is ensuring that for the duration of the festival, Thursday to Sunday, we are actively promoting responsible drinking, because it's very important that even as you enjoy what you have come to enjoy at Nyege Nyege, you do so responsibly with our products. Last year, we are very proud to actually let everybody know that a total of 2,225 young adults signed our responsible drinking pledge. And this is testament to our initiatives to ensure that we are creating a safe environment within which our consumers can enjoy our products, and will continue to do so this year. Also ensuring that we promote moderation and provide hydration spots alongside our other partners.
That's very thoughtful. Yes, and I really love that Nyege Nyege has come to the city and is working with the people in the city. Having a mayor is like having the entire town right here, so it's a big pleasure to have you here. All right, hosting Nyege Nyege Festival in Jinja is a significant opportunity for the city. How do you ensure, or how do you envision the festival contributing to the local economy and tourism in the region?
Well, thank you very much. My name is Kasolo Peter Alton, the mayor of Jinja City. I think you can see I'm feeling the vibe of Nyege Nyege. I'm so happy that this time around I'm part of this whole arrangement, because I've been a revealer in the past Nyege Nyege, whatever. From the time it started at the Nile, the other side, I've been praying that it crosses and comes to Jinja. I'm so happy that as a mayor, I now have the vibe fully under my control. And as Jinja City Council, when you talk about the economy, each one of us, you know what it means. This is an opportunity to come to the people, because Nyege Nyege pulls a big number of population that come to Jinja. Also international revealers coming from all over the world coming to Jinja. So it is a very big opportunity for our people. And this is a platform where I should take an opportunity to call upon every person living in Jinja to take advantage of this kind of gathering that is coming to Jinja. The hotel business, the food industry, the manufacturers, the border guys, and everyone who is actually attached to the business touch. So the coming of Nyege Nyege is really an opportunity to me that it's going to keep us busy throughout the time we'll be around. And I'm really feeling the vibe. I'm really feeling the vibe as the mayor.
Yes, we're also glad to have the speaker of the council here, so in a second we get to talk to him. But from the mayor to people coming to Jinja, what would you say to the people that are coming to Jinja for the very first time?
One, I want to assure the people coming to Jinja that you're coming to the most safest place in the world. Apparently coming to the source of life in the world. Because we talk about Jinja City, we're talking about the source of the Nile. For those who have read about the Nile, you know how many countries these waters are flowing and crossing, and the life it is giving. Apparently, Jinja City is a mother of life to I don't know how many millions of people in Africa and the world, because this water is going into the Mediterranean Sea, which is actually spreading all over the other parts of the world. So, whoever is coming, you're coming to the source of the Nile. Apparently, I want to urge everyone to come with at least a bottle, a jerry can, to come and at least pick some water from the source where it comes from. And of course, you're going to enjoy the other facilities that we have. You know, when you talk about Jinja, you're talking about the Uganda's tourism destination. Apparently, very many areas across the country where we have those other tourism destinations, find they have struggled, but Jinja is God given. The source. When you come to Uganda, apparently, even our traditional song, the anthem of Busoga, when you come to Uganda and you don't reach Jinja, seriously, you've not reached Uganda. So, whoever is coming to enjoy Nyege Nyege, you're coming to meet nice people. The Basoga are the most polite people in the world, so loving. You're coming to meet beautiful ladies. You're coming to meet handsome guys like Kasolo and the others. You know, we are here for you, and we are so welcoming. The city is safe. We are new in making, and we are here to welcome everybody. Apparently, it's an opportunity that you've given us. When Ali came with his group, actually telling me about the coming of Nyege Nyege to Jinja City, they were led by the speaker. I was like, Nyege Nyege, I can't discuss. I just have to grant permission because it's an opportunity. By the way, when I travel, I've traveled to some countries. Whenever I stand up to address people there, I've carried Nyege Nyege as part of my name. I say I'm the mayor of Jinja, I'm the mayor of Nyege Nyege land, I'm, mayor of this kind of beautiful whatever sceneries. So it is an opportunity that we have it this time at the source of the Nile.
Jinja City Council. Put on the boat before the mayor, because as per the story, you came with Ali to his place. So thank you so much for being part of us.
You're very welcome.
Right. Can you please elaborate on the impact of hosting the renowned festival like Nyege Nyege to the culture, and social fabric of Jinja?
Thank you very much. Now, first of all, ladies and gentlemen of the press, my name is Bernard Mbayo. Substantively, I am the speaker of this historical city. When we began to work with Talent Africa to bring Nyege Nyege here, from the word go, I was positive that this was going to work, because many of you will understand that Jinja was probably the biggest industrial hub of this wonderful country. As time went by, we have agreed as a leadership to refocus Jinja as the #1 tourism city of this country. Now, that said and done, Nyege Nyege, of course, comes in handy to try and fulfill our dream. I am extremely excited that the kingdom is part of this. I am excited that Uganda Breweries, as the beverage manufacturer, is part of this. I therefore sat down with my mayor to insist that we had to do everything possible to bring Nyege Nyege here. Now, we all understand that what makes this year's event a bit unique is that Jinja City Council is the host. Our relationship moves away from the kind of relationship where Talent Africa or Nyege Nyege comes and hires a venue, we give it to them and they go away. Ours is a partnership. We agreed that we'll partner and coordinate all the other venues. Many of you will understand that I am speaker, but also a senior member of the golf club, and therefore we needed to have a couple of discussions as a senior golfer to ensure that the golfers would be convinced to let go of the golf course for those days to host this event. That we have achieved. We also understand that the showground is Jinja City Council land. 17 acres of this land is Jinja City Council land, and we therefore also had to have deep discussions with the showground to allow us to use these premises. Source of the Nile Gardens is a part of this, and we are happy that many other places have come on board. Now, we all understand the multiplier effect that comes with an event of this nature. We understand that thousands of people will come here. We know that we will, in those couple of days, will be able to almost double the population of the central business district of this city. We therefore understand that millions of dollars will trickle into the economy of this city. Now, as a part of leadership here, we had to ensure that this multiplier effect came here, and we are happy that we are now here able to launch this event, and we only pray that we move in a forward direction to ensure that the event takes place.
I feel safe that we're welcomed by people that own this home, and we're not coming, like you said, renting places. This is like getting into your actual homes, being fed by your food. We love it, and we love to see it. Our next speaker, Honorable Helen, did fight a very big battle last year. I was seeing her moving around with so much speed, making sure things happen. It's a very good thing to see her here today. The Busoga Tourist Minister, Honorable Helen Namutamba, it's good to see you. I like, how you get into these things.
Kodeyo bana.
Niyo.
Kodeyo.
Niyo.
Mama Nyege Nyege.
Nyege Nyege.
I can feel the vibe.
I know.
I want to welcome you all. I'm Helen Namutamba. I'm Princess Helen Namutamba, the daughter of the land. We welcome you to Busoga. The Ministry of Tourism and Heritage is delighted to welcome and host the anticipated Nyege Nyege 2023 in Jinja City. I want to thank the media community of fraternity. You did a great job. you have done a great job ever since Nyege Nyege started here. If it was not for you, the media, putting out the positive communication about this project, I don't think we would be here standing. But I want to thank you very much. Maybe our moderator,
Yes, please.
you would allow me walk through the media, the journey that me as Minister for Tourism on behalf of the Kingdom, the journey we have walked with them.
Yes, please.
We walked a journey when they were still across, but still Busoga Kingdom was part of Nyege Nyege. These are my brothers, Albais, you know, they're my brothers, my sons, you know. We've gone through all the good vibes, you know, with the vibe, whatever comes, it's a vibe. So economically, Nyege Nyege has been a catalyst for the local development, both in Busoga and then across the other side. Our people have really benefited. For example, the locals, why sometimes you see us coming up to raise up our energies, you know, we stand up for Nyege Nyege, it's because of the locals who cannot stand here and speak for themselves. For example, for the last years, the borders, especially the transporters, most of them came up and really gave testimonies. They cleared their border loans, most of them, they constructed their houses, they paid school fees for their children. Last year, there's some house media, Monitor, I think, took a picture, story of a lady who was selling Genswa, the white ant. And that lady really confirmed that he had never paid rent and school fees. But you know, he sold one basin and got lots of money. So culturally, this Nyege Nyege has really exposed Busoga's culture to the national scene. And this year I want to confirm to Maiwa Soga that the Chabazinga requested and directed that we should get a stage that is dedicated to the Basoga artists and the local performers. So this year, as part of the organizing team, I want to confirm to the Basoga artists that you'll have your own stage. You'll have a platform where all the cultural dancers and troops that will be able to showcase. Because this has come home. Let us give them the best. Even other cultural groups coming across the country will have to show them that indeed they are at the source. You know, our king, sometimes we call him King of the Nile. When you're outside Uganda and you tag him and say, I'm from Uganda, from Busoga Kingdom, and our king is King of the Nile. So you've come to a region where people are so kind and so welcoming. Another journey that we have walked through with Nyege Nyege, the tourism boost, where I'm the line minister. We've been getting festivals in the region, but trust me, Nyege Nyege is in another league. Whenever we get Nyege Nyege, for sure, people have really boosted. We have gotten investors coming to invest here in Busoga because some of them, because of Nyege Nyege. We have gotten our region being at the platform, CNN, these national TVs, name it. I've gotten sponsors sponsoring my events in the region, like Kabul Rock, which is happening this Saturday. Most of them really are giving me support because of my relationship, our relationship as Busoga Kingdom with Nyege Nyege. So I would want to credit you for that. And then this festival has been the melting point, the melting pot where individuals from different backgrounds come together to celebrate. That I think you can confirm. For us, Basoga, our so many, like the mayor said, we have so beautiful ladies who are well-mannered, well-behaved. And then we have handsome men who are really make homes perfect. So when these people come from different diversities, different backgrounds, they come and interface with us, and trust me, the network that we get, the after impact, it has really also contributed to our well-being and the development. I would want also to confirm to you about the employment, the temporary and permanent. Even security itself, they can also confirm that indeed Busoga during the period of Nyege Nyege, we have a temporary employment of more than 5,000 youths, and then the olds. This is the only event that mixes the young, the medium, and then the old. They all participate. When you are at Itanda, you saw also the mamas, the old ones in Gomesis coming to feel the vibe and also do sales. So Nyege Nyege, I want to thank you for the commitment. You have improved, you have contributed to the economic improvement of this region, and I can put it here that as Busoga Kingdom, we have stamped in this. We shall stand with you, we've been with you from day one, and this time around, we are so honored because we felt the impact, though we are so quite at a distance at Itanda, but trust me, that community itself will never forget Nyege Nyege. And then for the infrastructure development, for Busoga, we have really benefited from this. Because last year we were at Itanda Falls, I can confirm to the media that that road from Ambako to Itanda was included in the budget, and the works have started on that road. Because of Nyege Nyege, electricity is now at the site. Because of Nyege Nyege, there is now the national water at Itanda Falls. And I can confirm that Itanda Falls is under massive development. They're putting up their so beautiful cottages. So it is because of this. Nyege Nyege is not just a festival, it is a movement that is for the people, improves their social well-being, economic, and then the cultural aspirations of the kingdom. I believe this is the moment as a kingdom that we have to bring out our best. We bring out our cultural foods, our cultural attires. How did the Basogas used to address themselves in the public? So when we get our stage, we shall be able to bring out all the best, where Busoga was before and where it was maybe years back and where it is. I want also to confirm to this edition that with this kind of involvement that we have the government on board, the mayor of Jinja is here right with us. We have the central government is here, represented by the RCC and the head of security. We've never had any challenge in Nyege Nyege via security. It has been always #1 priority. And this time around, I call upon our communities to stand firm, stand with us as we are organizing this. Kubanga ifenga abasoga, this is kino chaife. Abasoga, we have a saying that says, akaange kakira echaife. You know, your one finger like this is better than the 20 fingers that really don't belong to you. So I nikwenda abakobera nti Nyege Nyege kano kaife. This is ours, like Basoga. It is not theirs. So we've got to own this. We've got to stand with the organizing team. We've got to fight for what belongs to us. That is the implication of the proverb. Kanaka ife tuidaka lwanira. One thing I want to assure you, Alba and the team, that as a partner you've worked with for a long journey, for so many years, we are going to stand more firm, and we are going to make sure that this project, this event, becomes most successful than all the other events, the communities are going to benefit. Abantu baife mujatunda chapati Rolex. So be well assured that the Rolex is going to be there. Be well assured Emboli, Nemvuluga, Amaido, they will be there. Be well assured Ntife, Abasoga, we are so calm and we have to defend Nyege Nyege up to the last minute. Nyege Nyege always protects and conserves the cultural values and norms. Babi webitiibwa era abasoga mwida kwida muingire, mwida kwida munumirwe, twida kolagana ni community, tubenda ino ndeto okubalamusiza okuva owa Right Honorable Kadaga twenda omwebaza. Last time she came to the closing ceremony of Nyege Nyege. We want to thank her. We want also to thank the central government that stood with us. Mama Nabanja, they stood with us last year up to the last minute. I also want to bring you greetings from the State Minister of Tourism, Central Government, Honorable Martin Magara. I spoke to him in the morning when I was coming over here, and he confirmed that he's with us, and next week we are having a meeting with him. He wished us a successful presser.
You know, Champion Alibi, and one is for Champion Derek. We go with Alibi first. The fact that I've seen you and your crew on set trying to have things become perfect, and you know, just seeing your precision, and when the shows happen, the action and how comfortable people get, I feel like you have a very, very big job on this Nyege Nyege that I don't know if it's ever been this big. They told me that we're gonna have stages around the whole city. So I would like you to tell me which stages we're going to have, from where. They told me they're not in one location, so I know that's going to be a very complicated production. How are you planning to, you know, to come up with this and make sure that this is all smooth by November?
New standards of production. We want to have 5 different stages at least. Usually we start with 5 and we end up going to 6 and 7, but definitely five big stages. We're going to keep them a bit of a surprise for now, and as we release the lineups, we'll release the stages as well. But as usual, Nyege Nyege, more than 300 acts, 4 days, 5 stages, tons of experiences. It's going to be a lot of things happening in the Nyege Wonderland. Different areas, we have, like, you know, some places that are near the river, other places on the golf course, where you get the beauty of the, you know, the trees and the grass, and people are going to enter through, you know, the showgrounds in a very organized way. Of course, we have Nile Park, which is one of the beautiful venues as well, where a few events have happened, and yeah, we can't wait to lay it all out, you know, work together with our teams, and come up with some amazing plans. So just get ready for, you know, Fairy Tale Weekend in Jinja from the 9th to the 12th of November 2023.
And that is the date, ladies and gentlemen. You know, Derek, accommodation and camping facilities, how have we worked to ensure that the attendees will have a smoother and more comfortable experience with, you know, in terms of lodging and accommodation?
Yeah, thank you, Jacques. Obviously, last year we promised Nyegeville, and we got entangled into a very problematic partnership, which you know, we had to reimburse a lot of revelers that were disappointed. And this year, we just felt like for this year, we couldn't afford the risk of setting up our own camping grounds. You know, these things takes immense infrastructure. It's already hard enough to organize this festival as it is. So we decided, let's go to Jinja. We're partnering with a company called Hotel Online, but also with the Hotels Owners Association. There's more than 250 hotels in the city. We're also partnering with local citizens that they can put up their houses on Airbnb and earn in this way. And in terms of camping, what we've decided is going to be a decentralized camping. That means that hotels that have enough of a ground will set up a number of tents. We will go to each of these venues to make sure that all the different points are respected, and then we shall advertise those as we come. But it's a way to really, you know, make smaller campsites. It also means that, for example, groups coming from Kenya or groups coming from Uganda, groups of friends can decide to take over an entire hotel. And let me say, if I have a room, well, a couple of my friends will have a tent. They'll be using my bathrooms. They'll be more secured. So, and it's also a way to really diffuse the not be entangled in, the shenanigans of trying to come up with an entire different city when we're actually already in a city. And I think that's, number one for us was to make sure that accommodation is on point and that everybody feels safe and it's a comfortable experience and everybody can let loose and have the time of their lives.
I really like that, and I feel like, also there's going to be people making money, and that is one of the biggest benefits of having Nyege Nyege like that. Everyone can...
That's really, really important, that everybody's part of it, and that, despite all the brouhaha of the past, we're able to really, take this thing forward.
All right, just one more about the ticketing and the price of the event.
Yes, so of course the dates. Ali just quickly mentioned it. Should we reveal the dates? So the dates for this year's Nyege Nyege will be November 9th to November 12th, leading into obviously Monday morning, which counts as November 13th, but the official dates, November 9th to November 12th. The official venues are Source of the Nile, Nile Park, Showgrounds, Golf Course Hotel, and our partner hotel, Source of the Garden, Garden Source Hotel. And in terms of pricing, it is almost similar to last year, but there is a chance, I have to break it down to you, that we might be sold out this year. Despite the sort of engagement of the audiences, we just want to make sure that we have a number that we're all comfortable with security, comfortable with the venues. We don't want to go too far to what we can't handle. So I really advise you, for 1 week, we're going to have the die-hard tickets. There's going to be, special prices, of course, for community residents, Jinja residents, Ugandan residents, and slightly different prices for our international guests. All of this is going to be available from today on. Check on information at www.nyegenyege.com. Follow our social media. The die-hard price is going at 120,000. That is 30,000 shillings per day. If we compare to other events that are about 150,000 for a day, we really tried our level best, despite the price of life going up, to make sure that this is still a reasonable price and people have 3 months to save and hopefully come in good spirit and make it the best event of the year.
That sounds about fantastic to me, if you ask me.
The Lord Mayor of Jinja City, the Speaker of the Council, my friend Albai and Derek, our Minister of Tourism from Soga, the media fraternity. I've seen the representative of the area member of parliament, Honorable Nyege Nyege, Madam Idris is here with us. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Darius Nandinda, the representative of the President, the RCC. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to make only 2 statements in the interest of time. One thing is, a leader must, there is a Nyankore word that is Okusaka. Must hunt for his people. So the leaders here, I, the council, you can see the speaker here, we said Nyege Nyege has been going across the Nile. That is now Wikwe district. Now the other day it was in Jinja, but in Jinja district. But this time around we said it must be in the city. So this is what we call Okusaka, hunting for our people. So there's no doubt Nyege Nyege has come, and like other speakers said, we must guard it jealously. So you have our support as government. Ladies and gentlemen, you remember very well, of recent when the president was addressing people on security. He said that I saw some RDC closing a bar. That type of an RDC that goes around to close bars. What is not monitoring government projects? So you know our president very well. He likes to see the younger people happy. Yabazukuru very happy. And that's one of the reasons when we stand and say, Mosei Tova Kumein. That's what we mean. The other day, bad people deceived our speaker. Discussions have started in Parliament that Nyege Nyege is not supposed to take place. That you saw the Madame Nabanja, the leader of government business. She intervened very quickly. And of course, when you see Robin Nabanja intervening, of course you know who is intervening now. From the background, this is the president who ordered and said Nyege Nyege must take place. Ladies and gentlemen, I became very critical the last Nyege Nyege of last year, 2022. I went to Uganda for 3 times. I was there. And I witnessed myself. So this notion of Nyege Nyege is bad. This notion of Nyege Nyege is immoral is wrong. It's a wrong notion. It's very bad. That's a very bad assessment. That's a very bad notion. And for that matter, as government, we embrace it because of so many advantages that it comes with to our people. Lastly, I'm a head of security of the city, but of course I don't work alone. This is a big thing. It's something of international nature. It's a carnival of international nature. We have to work with all security agencies, so mayor, speaker, we have to protect your people. We have to work with all security agencies, the CMI, internal security organization, the external security organization, the CT, counterterrorism, the UPDF, the police itself. We have to have a couple of meetings, and we shall make sure we don't have any bad people that will come and disorganize our peace. The members of my friends from Media Fraternity, I want to thank you that the last time, the last year, I saw your write-ups. They were very positive of Nyege Nyege. They were not really destructive. I want to urge you to maintain that. And once again, you have the support of the city, the mayor, the city council, the security, the members of parliament. That's why you see the regretted Honorable Game is here. The local people. So we are going to stand behind this, and it must happen in a very good manner.
I want to thank you for all coming, and we're very happy to have Nyege Nyege at Nile Park. I am Joseph, by the way. We look forward to hosting Nyege Nyege this year. We're partnering with them on a number of things. This is just the genesis of more to come. There will be a lot more to come. We hope that you will enjoy, have a good experience, and we simply just want to invite you all to come over and have a good time.
Some of the stories that you've heard about Nyege Nyege that are not true, that you found out because you told me that you were one of the attendees for over the years. So what are some things you've heard about Nyege Nyege that were not true when you found it?
Apparently, what people say about Nyege Nyege, it is just it's a negative perception that they have, and these are just concocted stories. People just cook stories. By the sound of the word itself, it creates some negative something in people's minds. Nyege Nyege. They think it is all about kwe picha. But like I said, I've attended almost all the Nyege Nyege, whatever carnivals that have been around, and I have been at the center of enjoyment, because for me, after being, you know, when I'm not the mayor, I'm a different person, and I do it to the fullest.
Yes.
So Nyege Nyege is nice. It's a nice thing. Apparently, I've also been in other whatever other festivals, like when I was still on radio, we used to organize a Chituda Chababe Fair. But in the first place, when people heard of a Chituda, and those who did come to attend, they went out telling people the negative about a Chituda. One day we say, if you go to that kind of event, you will die from there because of the masses that come to attend. Some say they rape women from there. But I was at the center of organizing this event. The whole staff was nice. Just like Nyege Nyege, for us who have been to Nyege Nyege, we know what is there. In fact, when I'm coming for Nyege Nyege, I tell my wife, I'm not going with you because Nyege Nyege doesn't need to come with the official wife. I need to go and find, I find people there and we enjoy. Because this is full enjoyment. And she has all actually been giving me permission to come to Nyege Nyege. So I want to assure my people, abasoga, Nyege Nyege ezira kiriyo kyemulowooza ekigambo mulabule kyabo tukyenda kufaanana ebyaye nga tinje kitegeeza. Nyege Nyege kunumirwa. And the other thing I wanted to assure people across the board, that is Jinja Busoga in particular, this is what we've been lacking. Exposure is very important in development. You know, if you've not moved and traveled, you don't know what is happening the other side of the world.
Yes.
But countries that actually have developed, we have heard of the Brazil Carnival. Apparently, I'm one person who is actually putting some funds together so that in the next carnival, the Brazilian Carnival, I go and attend, because these are things that we should attend in life before we die. So, Nyege Nyege, it is here, it is home.
Right.
Apparently, we should be the first people to come to Nyege Nyege. I want to see the 3 million new Basoga to first come on the first day of Nyege Nyege, and we fill up the place before these foreigners come to enjoy our thing. So, Nyege Nyege is ours, we need to promote it. That is why Ginger State Council, I said, I'll even give the badge of Ginger State Council. Let it be Ginger State Council in conjunction with now Africa Talent and all these, what have you, come next. But it is Ginger City, purely. Because if Ginger is not in the lead, then who will lead this? And I want to thank Busoga Kingdom for always being at the center of promoting tourism. Without tourism, Busoga will not be known, Ginger will not be known.
That's right.
So we need to promote the tourism industry here so that we can be known world over.
And of course, I'm not alone here. The mayor is here, the speaker is here, and they will answer a few questions. But I can authoritatively say that because of the other confusion that happened last time, when bad people, when we received our Speaker of Parliament, and it became a matter of discussion on the floor of Parliament. It delayed us, it delayed the Nyege Nyege somehow. And of course, the moral fabric of our society is very important. That's why the anti-homosexuality bill was signed the other day by the president himself. So the speaker had to be critical. However, I want to categorically state that those ended. Okay? So now those delays are not going to be there this time around. So I want to ask the organizers, Ali and Derek, the procedure is very clear. You write to the IGP. The IGP will clear you. It will come to the RPC of the Chira region, and then the RPC will send it to the DPC, and DPC will bring it to the attention of the Security Committee. And the Security Committee, the mayor is a member, the speaker is a member, the town clerk, all people, most leaders are members of the Security Committee. We shall sit and handle the matters of security. Number two, we shall have the question which talked about the openness of the golf course. I think, Mr. Speaker and the mayor, as security, we shall set standards. We shall say, for our people to be allowed to come here, we need these standards. We shall set certain standards. And of course, we must have barriers. We cannot allow our people. And of course, like I told you, it's national security. It's not Ginger security only, no. National security. the IGP, the CSMI, the ISO, name them, name them. We shall come here, they will come here and they go around all this place and set standards for our people to be safe. So other questions, the mayor and the speaker can start from there.
Statistics that will help us all understand exactly what we are trying to do to ensure security. One is that the golf course alone is 83 acres of land, including pit stop, which is our land anyway. It's 83 acres of land. Itanda Falls is about 50 acres. So we only understand here that we are going to use only a section of the golf course and put a stage on the rough section of the golf course. It takes a lot to explain to golfers, to tell them that we are going to close a golf course for 3, 4, 5 days. But we did that, and they've all understood the multiplier effect of this event, therefore accepting or allowing us to host the event there. Now, we have had discussions, and we intend to work with all security agencies to cut off a section of Nile Crescent, which leads to the roundabout, to the source of the Nile, and then lower, to ensure that the army, the police, and all these plainclothed security men can cut off that section of the source of the Nile. The roads to allow this event to go on, unattacked. Now, we all understand that we had an event before Roast and Rhyme, where a whole truckload of phones were robbed from revelers that went to that event. 2 weeks on, we had Roast and Rhyme, where nothing like that ever happened. I understand the way Uganda Breweries handles its security at events like that, because I was previously pre-qualified by Uganda Breweries. Security is a serious matter that must be handled, and the brewery always emphasizes. So we have a whole plan that is going to ensure that everybody is secured, using the main entrances of the showground for people, and everybody will be secured, and that we are very confident.
The festival will not be offering that service, but there's going to be many different tour operators and people offering that service who will be, and the reliable ones will be endorsed by the festival and be able to find them. There was another question about the perimeter fence. Yeah, as I think the speaker mentioned, we're not using the whole golf course. We're going to have a perimeter around the sections of the golf course that we're using and connecting them through to all of the venues, which are all together. There's four venues, and they're all connected. So we're going to build a perimeter around that. We'll have numerous checkpoints as well, where people will be checked for wristbands at all different access points and entrances. I think those are the two that I'll work on. Derek, maybe you'll take the one about the change in date.
I was requesting me to be in the lead of promoting the Nyege Nyege Festi. Definitely, that is my work. That is my work. I don't have any problem with that. Even my picture can be used on the billboards and everywhere, mobilizing the masses to come. I got no problem with that.
There about the change of dates and the question of the venue. As they say, we will cross that bridge when we get there. For now, the priority is on making sure that this event is the best one we've ever had, that there's no crime, that there's cold beer at all time, that the music is the best we've ever seen, and that everybody creates a beautiful community in those 4 days. That is the most important. In terms of the dates, I feel like as a team, we are very busy as Nyege Nyege and all the artists we represent, touring throughout the world to music festivals, and those happens usually during the summer. So we felt that having it right in September was a bit of a stretch in terms of our teams being able to really deliver what we wanted to deliver. And November seemed like a month where there wasn't that many things happening yet. So we decided, let's give November a try. Let's work with the city of Jinja, and let's really try and aim as high as possible for this event. And then after this, every year we see what went wrong, we see what went right, and we try and do better. That's been our motto since day one, to do better. And this year also we aim to do better. So hopefully, we can all rejoice at the festival have a Rolex, have a crepe or a pizza, and dive into the Nile in full swing. Transport, obviously, there's going to be signage from everywhere. From people coming from Kampala, people coming from Nairobi. There will be signage to direct you to the venue. There'll also be a map that will be made available to all the revelers ahead of time so that they understand when is the program, how to get there, where are all the different stages. And we've yet to lock in a transport partner, but again, this is the rationale of Jinja. Everybody knows how to get to Jinja, right? Last year we were at Ditanda. I remember people going there immediately, getting lost, like going to this road, that road. Everybody knows the way to the source. And this is why we're coming back to the source. And if you don't know, ask one of your friends, check it out online. You will find that it's extremely easy to find. I think it will also allow a lot of different transport companies and transport providers to be able to tap into that business. Group of friends can hire a car for the weekend with a chauffeur. There can be a lot of micro businesses that can flourish from there, rather than as Nyege Nyege in Talent Africa and UBL take on the responsibility. We really, really want to focus on making this event the best one we've ever had, and let other specialists in accommodation, in camping, in transport do their thing. And this is how we're going to make it a team effort, and it's going to be the best thing ever. Thank you.
Our theme this year is back to the source. In case you want to write up something, please remember to hashtag us. This could be either Derek or Ali to answer this. I got a question. If people want to do business with you, Nyege Nyege, how can they get to you? And is there a space for more people who want to sponsor the event? Can we have more sponsors? So on the level of sponsors and the level of also small businesses that would like to cooperate with us, how can we?
Nyege pages. All info and links will be shared there for different opportunities like vending, etc. For sponsorship opportunities, you can get in touch with Nyege Nyege at info@nyegenyege.com or info@talentafricagroup.com. Either the Talent Africa team or the Nyege Nyege team, we're all one force, and we'll make sure that. But the communications will be there, and they'll be coming out in the coming days about how you can register to be a vendor, how you can be a part of the festival. So just stay tuned to the social media pages. Thanks.
If you have any more questions, we have social media platforms at Nyege Nyege Fest on Instagram and Talent Africa Group also on Instagram and other places as well. If you search, you'll be able to get them. Inbox those people, ask your questions, and let us all be on one page. We have a couple of months to plan and get ready for the festival. I would like us to, end here.